you have a neighbor? Say neighbor. I mean, they are sleeping, kick them a little bit. But be careful to somebody's husband, eh? Somebody's wife, be careful. Are you getting there? Say neighbor. Neighbor. You are welcome to arena of freedom. Do you believe the freedom in the house of the Lord? If you believe, let me know. I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you. Yes. I want the devil to know, regardless your trouble, you still alive. Do you believe you're still alive? If you're alive, let me hear your nose. You're not alive. You are provoking them again. They said they're waiting for you at the gate. Say, not today. It is over. You believe it is over? You believe it is over? It is over. Jesus is taking control. Can you hear me? It's too late. Since you don't die yesterday, so that shows it's too. You could not finish yesterday. Today you are going to finish him. Do you believe you are going to finish him today? Yes. I mean, it's a battle. If he does not win, you win. It's not like that. If he does not win, you believe that? You believe that? If he does not win, you believe that you win? You win. We thank God for your life today. We have another specific Sunday. This Sunday is the Sunday of Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, when they put on fire and Jesus joined them. Jesus, you're going to join you in your trouble today. You see, only when God knows your altitude, He can give you whatever you want. You know that? God can give you whatever you want. We have a lot of testimony. I have my girl here was working as a temporary, now is permanent. This is a small testimony. This day we're talking about deep testimony. Where, you see it's impossible become possible. Are you getting there? Impossible become your level of faith is the level of miracle. Say to your neighbor, your level of faith is your level of miracle. You know that? You know that? Your level of faith is your level of miracle. Yeah, you don't need to struggle to get miracle, but it's the level of faith that brought you here. It's the level of faith that brought you here. If the devil could allow everybody to come here, you could see you could not have a space. Because the devil knew when you step here, your problem is solved. I have that conviction. That you see, our challenge is facing is about what us who promise to God. What us who promise to God. Because all of us here, we want God to give it to us. Is it? We want God to meet your need. Is it? Now, what are you promising to him in return? When you see a lady like Anna, who was barren for so many years, Anna did not give up. Anna was loyal to his God. But there be a day that Anna decided. He said to God, if you give it to me, I will do A, B, C, D. And God searches the heart of Anna. He saw what Anna was saying is true. And God granted him what he requested. Are you getting there? Are you together? God granted him what she requested. Though the problem is, we who go to church or who call ourselves Christian, we don't know how we are related to God. Since you don't know who is God in your life, it's going to be difficult to understand what God can do for you. You see, a child to his parent, he demands. A child demands to his parent. He will tell you, Daddy, I want this. And he's not begging. Even when I take it in another way, he instructs. Daddy, I want this. It's a demand. And why a child can demand to his parent is because of the relationship he had with the parent. I also understand that relationship he had with the parent, it had made him to able to instruct the parent. Say, he do not ask if the parent have money. It is not his business. Can you hear me? It's not his business. Only what you want, he will tell you, Daddy, I want it. We have many parents struggling taking their children to private school. It's because children demand. They say, I want to go to a private school. Am I lying? And the parent, even when they don't have, they will make all that mean that the child must go to a private school. It's because of that kind of relationship that the child has developed with his parent. Now, people so-called Christian all over the world, they don't know who is God. Hello? They don't know who is there. They only know God is the creator. The end there. Even other people does not even remember that God is the creator. Is it? But they only know God is the creator. But they do not know that God is beyond the creator. Hello? They don't know God is beyond the creator. What is the meaning? People does not know God is their father. Is their parent. That if they could have that intimacy, that great relationship with him, it will give you the access to say anything that you want to him. With no fear, with no hesitation. Because if you don't have a good relationship with your parent, even you are going to look a bridge, you want to look intermediator. You tell someone, and someone will tell your parent. Like our culture, then a young lady to go to his parent to say, Daddy, I get a husband want to marry me. He'll go via a auntie, who auntie also can be also jealous to that marriage. Fire on you. A child does not have any intermediator to talk to his parent. You know that? You know that? You know that? A child is a product of the parent. He have the 100% communication with the parent with no intermediator. Some of the women, when the children want to talk to their father, is them or going to tell the father. Is wrong. Let children talk to their father straight away themselves. It's because he's their father. There's no barrier. In the same way, a true Christian can be able to talk to God personally. But what is giving us a challenge is the relationship. Is the relation, when the relationship is questionable, it's very difficult that you can be able to talk to your God straight. Anna, he knew that he was praying, going to church. But there was a day that Anna was determined to talk to God straight. That he could not open his mouth. But his heart went out of his body. He went higher and meet God and talk to him heart to heart. And that same day, Anna received his answer to his request. Hallelujah. 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 Are still in Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. Even I'm still throwing stone to married people. If married people could have that oneness of Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego in their relationship, they could change the world. But I did not know how these three people came together in one heart and against a king. And a king were also their refugees. They have nothing to say. But because of the risk that they get themselves before God, they say, King Nebuchadnezzar, we cannot defend ourselves before this matter. What is the meaning? We are not defending ourselves. We are defending a Most High God who can do anything, anytime. And they not pray like you and I, Father, we don't want this fire to consume us. They said, we are going to enter inside that fire. And three people, not one person, three, they have one heart. If that oneness could be in the church of God today, the world could be changed. Can you hear me? There will be no war. There will be no trouble. But because selfishness has made the devil to become more powerful. Can you hear me? Devil become more powerful because, listen to me. And the darkness kingdom, they are united. You know that? That you see, someone who come from Bakalanga, someone who come from Botswana, whatever, comes here, start manifesting. You are going to see, they don't know each other, but they are speaking in one language. You see, these are the deep things I'm telling you. In the kingdom of darkness, they are one. They are united. But in the kingdom of light, it's very difficult to see two people have one heart. Are you getting there? That the devil get advantage. Listen to me. If all of us here who are sitting here could have one heart, believe me, our prayer are going to live all countries are representing here. Because you are going to carry light to your environment, and darkness cannot able to sustain. But because of selfishness has made us to fail, it brought division. You see, the snake that tempted Eve was very smart. He knew that cannot convince them when they are two. And he's been waiting one day until Eve was alone and able to convince Eve. And Eve convinced the husband. But if there continue to be two of them, the snake will not be able to penetrate. And the devil is very smart. Remember, even the wife of Job, the devil was already winning him. That he said, why don't you want to curse God and die? Thank God for the life of Job. Job remained intact. He could not define God. When church of God is still have division, the devil is still rejoicing. Is still rejoicing. Unless we come together. Unless we become one, like Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. They decided to serve their God, even in the last minute. Can you hear me? Even there, in the last minute, even when they warmed this furnace for 7 times, they could not give up. They accepted to go inside the fire. Are you getting there? Are you getting there? They accepted. They said, we are going. But now you and I, just a small challenge, you start shaking. A smaller division entered, and the devil get advantage. It's not the devil can win you, but what he does is bring corrupt mandate. When he corrupts you, you start talking negative. You are finished. Unless people have a determined spirit, whatever it takes, I cannot define my living God. Sickness, trouble, poverty cannot take me away from my God. But most of the people go to church only for miracles. Let them receive a miracle today. You are not going to see them tomorrow. You only see them when another trouble comes. That's the Christianity of today. They're only in churches because of miracles, because of blessings. Because of a healing. Few people go to church because of salvation. And they sustain their Christianity life. In this world, we have many people have money, but they have no peace. Many people have wealth. Many people have whatever they're looking for, but they're not going to sleep like you. It's because they value material than God. When God becomes number one in your life, trouble become small things. Sickness become small. Even death become very small. You are not even afraid about death. Because you knew the whole life is God himself. When you have Jesus, you have everything. If money could buy life, rich people could not die. Rich people could not get sick. But because our life is being controlled by only one man, G-O-D. No one else. People are looking for miracles. People are looking for healing. All those things you can have them, but they have no guarantee. Unless you have a Jesus. Sick people can still be friend of Jesus. Poor people still be friend of Jesus. Poverty cannot subtract you to be a friend of Jesus. Sickness cannot stop you to be a friend of Jesus. Because you are not here to cherish the body. You are here to cherish your heart. Can you hear me? Job, the whole body was finished, but the heart was still intact. Can you hear me? The whole body was finished, but the heart still intact. Even Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, They are ready, their body to finish. But their heart was still in one. I say, whatever it takes, we are going inside the fire. They do not refuse to go inside the fire. But as Christians today, like women always tell you, the good choir leader in the bathroom, when everything is going well. Hey, Mudimurona. Hey, Mudimurona. When everything is going well, you can hear yourself really, hey, things are going smoothly. But if Kuma swear, hey, we only rejoice when things are well. But listen to me. Only toughness time can take you to another level. Say to your neighbor, neighbor. Say neighbor. Only tough time can take you to another level. I mean, it's very simple. You see, when somebody tells me, like married people, me and my husband, me and my wife, we never quarrel, never have anything. I say, okay, thank you. That is not a good marriage. The devil will give you 5, 10 years quiet. But there will be a time that you see even 30 years, people see divorcing. And people ask why. You do not know the devil just give you a small period. And after that, you start poking. And in the time you are going to know who is your wife and who is your husband. Only when trouble comes. If there's no trouble, there's no way you can know your husband. There's no way you can know your wife. You know that? You know that? Only when trouble comes, now you're going to see who's going to sustain. That you see in plastic women will come. They will melt in the fire. Plastic men will come. They will melt in the fire. But a true relationship, regardless what trouble they goes, they still remain intact. I know family member will come. Hey, why are you following this poor man? Why is following this sick woman? But if really is made by God, no one being can separate you. When we see a small trouble, somebody, I'm going. Let him go. It's not meant for you. Can you hear me? The one who meant for you, regardless trouble how high it is, he will wait for the last minute. Hallelujah. In a tough time where we knew this is it. But most of the time, when God brings a test, that the time God knows who is a Christian and who is not a Christian. Can you hear me? Many times you go through tests. Many times you go through tests. And every time when you are able to overcome the test, you go to another level. In the same way like in school. After writing exams, when you pass, you go to another class. In the same way, even in this life of Christianity, more trouble, higher level. Less trouble, less levels. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? There's no way There's no way you can go to a high level when you never go through any test. There's no way. But everyone wants to have everything in a silver plate. You are not going to cherish it. You are not going to cherish it. It's because you don't value it. You get it easily. Can you hear me? You need to endure. You need to endure. Endurance is the one take us to another level. A true church of God, the demon must fight. And the growth is very, very slow. Can you hear me? The growth is very slow. When you see a church come yesterday and the whole world, you must look after this is not a good church. It's because people are bound and there's no way the demon can leave them easily. That must be a fight until when God will allow it and people can be able to have access. You want a miracle. For what for? What are you going to use of that miracle? How many people are going to benefit in that miracle? How many lives are going to change in that miracle? Anna wrote his resolution. He said to God, if you give it to me, I'll give it back to you. And God saw his heart. And he said, yes, what Anna is saying is true. Through Anna, that came to be a David king. Because it's Samuel who went there to anoint David. Look, the work of Anna, what he did. Who's going to benefit? You want money? You want money? You want wealth? For what for? For what? For what for? Because everything that you need to ask from God, someone also must be part of it. Can you hear me? Someone must be part of it. God will never come physically here in this world to help us. God uses people. You are the one who will help the poor. You are the one who will help the needy. You are the one who will help sick people. You are the one who deliver your family. There must be someone, a volunteer. Can you hear me? A volunteer who will be able to work for everyone, that everyone have a peace. That I showed you, Moses started and he went to Jesus and Jesus finished the work. You've seen it. Moses started and he went to Jesus and through this, Jesus finished the work. That were here to do the final work, if you agree. Partner yourself with Jesus. It can be tough today. It can be tough tomorrow. By the end of the day, God will show himself. All the advisors of Nebuchadnezzar knew that we've caught Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, because the king agreed to put them inside the fire. And themselves, they say, we are going to go inside the fire. And they went inside the fire. But surprising, when you go to Daniel chapter 3, you go further, you see, the king was amazed to see 4 people inside the fire. The king was amazed to see 4 people in the fire. In the same way, the demon would be amazed to see Jesus next to you. The demon will be amazed. They have twisted you around. In the last minute, when you want to finish you, you will see the face of Jesus appear. Ask your neighbor what kind of a relationship that you have with Jesus. Is only for miracles? Ask them, only for miracles? Is only for solution? What is it? The relationship with our Jesus is not limited for material. Yes, we do need material, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Material without Jesus is empty. That to see rich people are suffering than poor people, because they have material, no peace. They have wealth, no peace. Unhealthy. Me, when you give me Nando's, just a quarter, I will break all the bones. But give to a rich person, he have a special diet. I said they cannot put ingredient for the food he's eating. That is a punishment. Am I right? It's a punishment. Me, I can eat anything. And it's not going to disturb me. I'll sleep like a baby. You see, you are too blessed. Because when you look, the people have money, the medication that they get every day, and how much is costing, is more than your salary. Just a medication. But they will impress you outside, but inside they're empty. They will impress you outside, but inside they're empty. You are better off. Longer they're still saying no to Jesus, their life will remain the same. That you see, only poor people go to church. But rich people, they are in denial. It's not they don't want to go to church. I call them the denial. They need counseling. Somebody told me, why should you pray when people go to church, they're poor? I told him, I answered him, they're poor physically, but spiritual, they are richer than you. And the spiritual realm, you cannot buy it with your money. Your money is very small to buy the spiritual realm. That I show you are poor. I said, what are you saying? Yes, you are poor. I'm rich than you. I have nothing, but I'm rich than you. because will not buy what I have. I sleep like a baby. Even only one ligunya, drink 5 liters of water. I sleep. Longer the water is still there. My life still moving around. Until time will come. Are you getting there? I can be drinking water every day, but there will be the day I'm going to drink 100% juice. It's coming. Longer I stick with my God, regardless cold, regardless hot, rain, whatever, I'll stick on Him. Slowly and surely. One day. Do you know what happened to Joseph? Joseph received a promise when he was very young. But in that age, Joseph cannot be a prime minister because he was still very young. And God sent him to the school of wisdom. God sent him to the school of a tough time is a wisdom time. Can you hear me? A tough time is a wisdom time. What Joseph went through is what made you to become who he became. Can you hear me? But one thing he did is not like us who are tempted and who enter the temptation. Him is stick. What happened to Joseph with Potiphar's wife? If an ordinary man like you could be killed. Because first of all, Joseph was a refugee, a slave in that country. And touching a boss wife, that is the property of a boss. What could happen to Joseph? When even a mere man here, when somebody just touch your wife, you kill. What would happen to Joseph? Are you sure Joseph could, even before he talked, they could just shoot him. But because of God's plan in him, God touched the heart that can be sent to the prison. And in prison was a stepping stone to the throne. I don't know how long he took in prison, because maybe it was in life in prison. Look, a rapist. There's nothing that will convince the people that Joseph could not do it. Because this time, even in our country, when a woman lie, oh, my husband raped me. I wonder why a married woman can be raped by the husband. I'm still investigating this matter. You see what the devil has get advantage. He convinced the law that God does not put, that we need God. Even when they make laws, God must be there. A big reference of the law, the best book of the law, that you see this Moses is holding. You know what he called? This is the book of the law, shall not depart. This is the book of the law. If the law of all countries all over the world, they could follow that law, we could not have troubles. Joseph, the woman lied. With no investigation, straight away to prison. But the boy could not give up. The boy could not. he cannot give up. What is making us to fail is because just few steps to your breakthrough, a big temptation comes. And when you give in, you mess up everything. Women will tell you, when the labor pain comes, it becomes tense. You will know that the baby is about to come. Now, the nurse will tell him, open your legs, because if you close your legs, the baby will die. And you follow the instruction of the nurse, and the baby will come. But if you don't follow the instruction, the baby will die. Many children have died because of women cannot bear that pain, and they made a mistake. Many of us who are killing our breakthrough is because we cannot bear the pain. We give up. Why are you laughing?
Yes, tell them. They will suffer. Yes.
Before the breakthrough,
yes.
the pain comes.
Yes.
And they give up.
Yes.
And you take the blessing.
Yes. I get that they are not like some. Even those people who are full here, me, yes, amen. They don't know nothing. Hey, when we come and we give them all the troubles, they go back home. They sit down. Like this stupid girl. Hey. Tell them they are going to suffer. This is only the beginning.
Remove my microphone. No, what he's doing is just confirming what I'm telling you. It's not the lady talking. That is the evil spirit talking. Though when miracle about to happen, trouble will come. And the serious trouble. And when you give up, the miracle bypass you. That you see many people in the verge of breakthrough, suddenly everything stop. Is hold on to that trouble. Don't give up. Jesus, he promised he will never leave you nor forsake you. Even when you pass through the fire, he cannot consume you. He passed through the water, he cannot overflow you. Hold on to that promise. Hold on to that. Hold on to that promise. See now, my girl Mulif was in the street. I mean, men are singing but by passing her. But after God has unveiled all this, everybody now, I mean, even this church I've seen now, please don't give your number to all other men, please. They must pass by checkup. We don't want somebody to bring you back where you are coming from. There's nothing God cannot do. Can you hear me? Believe me, there's no man being can stop God when he promised it shall come to pass. There's no man being, believe me. There's no power in this world can stop you to be where God wants you to be. There's no power. Only you yourself in ignorance, you give the way. But if not give the way, Joseph, you see, it took him time to become a prime minister. But he get it, the revelation when he was a small boy. But he made sure no one could steal that promise from him. Our problem is us. You are the witch in our own life. Huh?
Yes. Yes.
You are the witch.
Yes.
He said you are the witch on our own life because when a small tough time comes, you give up. My interpreter from the evil spirit that day. You give up. Than to push in. I mean, listen to me. If it's not happened today, it doesn't matter you fail. Can you hear me? If it not happened today, it does not say you are fail. Wait for tomorrow. I mean, this Sunday is not similar the same Sunday or last Sunday. This is another Sunday. And tomorrow will be another Monday. These are things you must know in your life. If I'm Mr. Failure today, tomorrow I'm a Mr. Success. It doesn't matter because I cannot make it today that tomorrow, longer I'm still alive, I will reach where God wants me to reach. I will have what God wants me to have. I will do what God wants me to do. Only what I'm asking God is life. Hello? Only what I'm asking God is a life. To see the day of tomorrow. Since I could not make it today, but tomorrow, I will make it. I was Mr. Failure yesterday. Today, I want to be Mr. Success. With God, all things are possible. I always repeat that a cleaner can become a manager of a company. Do you believe that? You believe that? A cleaner one day can become a... Is God wanted to prepare him how he's able to manage the company? You know, a manager that was a cleaner in the company, he can manage the company very well. Then the person come from school and become a manager. He does not know how tough it is to start from zero to hero. That you see people just can't become manager even they're walking must change, you see them. Bakokokora. Bakokoroka. But someone who was sick before, when you tell him I'm sick, he will know the pain that you are feeling. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? When you tell him I'm sick, since you're sick before, he will understand really my brother is in pain. And someone like me has been poor before. When somebody say I'm hungry, I will exactly understand what is feeling. God prepare us to go through this scenario is because of people are coming after us. We are able to serve them better. We are able to serve them, We are able to serve them better. That you see, because I was delivered, that I know what is going through deliverance. I don't know where you stuck. Business not moving. marriage is scattered, sickness, trouble, challenges, disappointment, rejection, setback is good for your training. It's good for your training. He has stepped to another level. You see, I went with a team going to the DRC. I think you've seen the clips. You have watched the clips in Blessing TV? You know what people are saying? Why people have a lot of money could not do this? I told them because they never be poor before. They never suffer before. Somebody has suffered before, always remember where it's coming from. That you see most of the successful people today, they are orphaned, they are rejected people. The people being the street children, become successful people today is because of the tough time they've gone through. That you can send your child to a best school, they cannot do it. But a child who's struggling to any small school, tomorrow it will become who it can become. Because the toughness time make them stronger, stronger, and stronger. What shall separate you from the love of God?